Hello, everybody. This is JD again. Today, should I criticize? Should I point out something wrong with the government? Should I tell you about the Dow dropping down or something like that? No, I don't think I need to. Haven't you all been listening to the news? Haven't you been reading the papers? I know because I get a lot of your posts. Then what am I going to do here? I mean, should I repeat? No. I'm not even going to waste my time with that. You all know what needs to be done. Let's talk a little bit about a possible future. Our future. Us together. We. Now, through history, man has considered energy and oil very close together. And actuality, from the Roman time, Greek times, olive oil and animal fat was used for oils and greases. And then whale oil became abundant until we started slaughtering the whales beyond. And when we finally were getting to the point where they were becoming limited, somebody put a hole in the ground and discovered black gold, Texas tea, oil. And we have been using that for our energy. Now we're getting to where we have to put wells deeper in the ocean in other places, and it's getting a little hard to find. Now, what can we do? Well, we have another dilemma too. The Earth is going through one of its cycles called global warming. Can we control it? Can we stop it? No. Can we slow it down? Maybe a little bit, but not much. Hoping for massive volcanic reaction so that the temperature of the Earth would drop down. But that may be a catastrophic for us because if it's too much of a volcanic reaction, we will then have a problem with too low of a temperature. So, what can we do is the question. We. Not me as President of the United States, but we. Again, while I'm doing research, it keeps stumbling onto this one thing. I'm not going to say it's an answer to all, but hydrogen. How many plants, well, a lot of people complain about, well, if we started producing hydrogen and using it like oil, well, that would decrease the water. Would it actually decrease the water or just lower the ocean levels, which is rising because global warming is heating and melting ice? So if we ended up putting our hydrogen producing plants all on coasts throughout the world, would that create a problem or help to solve a problem? Also, there's one other thing. With the temperatures rising, we're having problems with water vapor not dropping where it should, creating droughts, if I'm correct. Plus, there's a lot of places throughout the world that pure drinking water is very hard to find. Now, if I remember my chemistry right, people, when you burn hydrogen in the atmosphere or combine it with oxygen to burn it, the byproduct is called H2O. Pure H2O. What is H2O? Water. So what am I getting to? Well, if we were producing hydrogen on the coast at great levels, it would reduce the level of the ocean. Maybe just a couple inches a year. But it would reduce it to the level to maintain the ocean's level at what it is now. Well, also, if we were to pipe that hydrogen like methane gas across the country, use it for heating, and use it at electrical generating plants, especially electrical generating plants, throughout the world instead of nuclear, instead of wind, instead of solar, and burned it at all different locations. Well, when we burn it, if we sent the exhaust through a condenser, we'd end up creating lakes of pure water in places there would be no water normally. What would that do? Well, it would do things like change the Sahara Desert into farmland to feed the world. It would do things like something that irrigation can't do. Bring pure water, like from the atmosphere, to the ground. See, a problem they have in a lot of places with irrigation is after a while, a lot of mineral deposits from elsewhere is deposited and hinders the soil. Whereas if it was pure water, it would not. We could add the minerals and stuff that were needed to grow plants, grow food, grow better food in places you couldn't grow food. Just ideas, just things we could do. Besides, we can use hydrogen to run automobiles. Now you might say, yeah, but then what will happen to oil? Well, oil is also being used to produce plastics and other items, material, clothing. Well, what about coal? Well, we already know coal is needed to produce cubic zirconians, which is an artificial diamond, which could be used in industry in the place of diamonds. Actually, it's better than a diamond because it has no flaws. And by using hydrogen to create the electricity, we can also create the diamonds using hydrogen. Also, if we would take our ocean liners, we can use them and actually put hydrogen generating plants on them, and they wouldn't need oil. And they wouldn't be polluting the ocean with their exhausts. These are a few things to think about, people. I'm not saying hydrogen is the answer. Hydrogen is the scientific step, as nuclear energy was a scientific step, to help us understand the molecules, understand the elements, understand the atom. Nuclear fission had taught us how the atom works. So now we can produce hydrogen economically, efficiently, to a point where it might be a benefit for mankind. And we will know what we're doing. Whereas before nuclear energy fission, we had really no idea. We knew how to produce it, but we really didn't know what we were doing. Actuality, with an electrical motor, hydrogen generating plant, and a water supply, you could build a perpetual motion machine. Because you could take the water, produce the hydrogen and oxygen, burn the hydrogen to produce energy, to turn the turbines, to turn the electrical alternator, which then would use the electricity to produce hydrogen from water, and the water would come from the burning of hydrogen and oxygen, which would then be condensed to produce water. Interesting little theories there. This is all this is a theory, a scientific theory. One that we could make happen. Not I, we, as a nation. They say it would take about 5 years to convert from an oil-based or fossil-based economy to a hydrogen-based economy, because very little would need to be changed except for mindsets of the people. Just one answer to one of many questions that I had. One of many answers that I would throw up before you, the American people. Our future will depend on us. As your president, like I said, I would be a leader, but we will be the government. We will be the nation. And there'll be no room in the United States of America for greed, because we'll have too much space taken up with opportunity and development, so that every man, woman, and child in this country can enjoy the fruits that this nation will have to offer. Thank you. This is JD. Just a thought, a little bit about the future. We, the American people, can do it, but only together. And we have to throw greed out the window. Thank you.